Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for listening in. Welcome to our first episode of 15 with the Team, a series where we, the Office of the Student Advocate, discuss common topics within the DC education system to help you become better informed and empowered in less than 15 minutes. My name is Renata, and this is my colleague Dan, who leads our office. Today, we'll be giving you an overview of the DC education landscape. So, Dan, the DC education landscape is incredibly extensive. We have over 94,000 K-12 students in over 240 public schools, but sometimes parents can feel a little overwhelmed in navigating the system. So let's start by breaking down public schools in DC.
Yeah. So in DC, all our public schools, both our traditional schools and our charter schools, belong to an LEA, what other states would consider a school district. DCPS serves as the largest LEA in the district.
Whereas with each individual charter network, they serve as their own LEA or local education agency. Some examples are Friendship, Apple Tree, or Center City, etc. Essentially, we have over 70 school districts here in the District of Columbia.
Right. So let's break down what that means for parents. District of Columbia, District of Columbia Public Schools, DCPS, is a traditional system of public schools in the district. DCPS is a system of neighborhood matter of right schools with some citywide school options, and is required to serve all students in DC. Each student is guaranteed a seat at their matter of right school, often referred to as the in-boundary school or neighborhood school.
On the contrary, charter schools are independent, tuition-free public schools held accountable for student performance. They're open to all DC residents, mainly through the My School DC lottery system, and a few specialty and alternative charter schools have their own application process. Some charters are authorized to operate on certain lottery preferences for students, but no student is guaranteed a seat at a charter school.
Yeah, so as a DC government agency, DCPS is under mayor control and is subject to DC Council performance and budget oversight. Their curriculum is chosen by the DCPS central office staff, and they have a lot of input from principals and parents. All facilities are provided by the district and all facilities are provided by the district, and positions at the school are dependent on a comprehensive staffing model formula.
A public charter school exercises exclusive control over its expenditures, administration, personnel, and instructional methods. They're run by nonprofits under agreement under the approval of the DC Public Charter School Board, also known as the DC PCSB, which is an independent government agency. The PCSB is subject to some mayoral and some DC Council oversight, but they exclusively control the authorization and closure of individual charter LEAs.
When it comes to policy implementation, all DC schools, both charter and traditional schools, must adhere to federal policies and procedures that are monitored by Austin. And several of which of those are authorized by the State Board of Education, the SBO. Additionally, all schools are subject to our city regulations and code enforcement.
While public charter schools have the autonomy to create their own policies, they must align with local and federal regulations. While the PCSB does have authority to approve, deny, and revoke charters for schools, they do not have direct control over the schools. Each public charter school network has a different LEA structure and different leadership roles.
When it comes to funding, both charter schools and DCPS are funded using the Uniform Per Student Funding Formula, commonly referred to as. This provides funding for each student enrolled in the beginning of the fiscal year. Those budgets are based off enrollment from previous school years. So if the school does not meet the projected enrollment numbers, the amount of funding does not change. And conversely, if the school enrollment exceeds the projected numbers, the budget does not change.
Whereas charter schools, the amount of funding that is received gets adjusted if they do not meet their adjusted enrollment.
To wrap up, the structure of the city is complex. The choices individual parents make for the child's educational journey is impacted by the structure. So understanding how government works is vital, making the system work for you and understanding how to engage each of the key players. If you'd like more information on this topic, visit Visit our website, the resource title, Understanding the DC Public Education Landscape, on our website at studentadvocate.dc.gov.
Thanks for joining us, and be sure to tune in next week on Wednesday at noon for our next discussion.
Thank you.